Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn about brachial plexus. Brachial plexus is a very important essay question in your first year MBBS examinations. It is frequently asked question. So let us learn it very carefully. To start with, we should know what a plexus is. A plexus is a group of nerve fibers present anywhere in our body. Therefore, brachial plexus is also a group of nerve fibers which is present in the axillary region or near the armpit region of our body. Now, this brachial plexus is known as brachial plexus because it is present in the axillary region. Now, this axillary region is present near the upper arm. Now, because the brachial plexus is present in the axillary region, which is present near the upper arm, which is also known as brachium, it is coined as brachial plexus. Now, let us see how the brachial plexus is formed. The brachial plexus is formed from the anterior primary rami of the spinal nerves. Now, what is the spinal nerve? The spinal nerve in our body arises from the spinal cord. The spinal cord, which is present in our body in the vertebral canal, gives anterior division and a posterior division. These anterior divisions and the posterior divisions of the spinal cord combine to form a spinal nerve. This spinal nerve gives an anterior primary rami and an posterior primary rami. This anterior primary rami forms the roots of the brachial plexus. Therefore, the roots of the brachial plexus are formed from anterior primary rami of C5, C6, C7, C8 and T1. Now, if the roots of the brachial plexus are starting from the C4, it is known as prefixed. If they are starting from the C6, it is known as postfixed. So these roots we discussed just now give following three branches. The first branch given is nerve 2 rhomboids, which is arising from the C5 root. It supplies rhomboid minor and rhomboid major muscle in our body. The second branch Q1 is nerve 2 serratus anterior, which is also known as long thoracic nerve or nerve of Bell. It is arising from the C5, C6 and C7 root of the brachial plexus. The third branch is given to the phrenic nerve, which arises from the C5 root of the brachial plexus. This phrenic nerve supplies the diaphragm in our body. The phrenic nerve actually arises from the C4 root of the spinal cord. It gets the C5 root from the brachial plexus and it continues as the phrenic nerve in our body. Now, these roots which we discussed, they combine to form trunks in our body. The C5 and the C6 root combine to form the upper trunk. The C7 root continues as the middle trunk, and the C8 and the T1 root, they combine to form the lower trunk of the brachial plexus. So roots combine to form three trunks: upper, middle and lower trunks of the brachial plexus. Now, these roots and trunks which we discussed, they are all present above the clavicle. Therefore, these roots and trunks are known as supraclavicular. Now, these trunks which we are discussing, they continue and then divide into divisions. So, roots, they continue to combine and form trunks. These trunks, they continue and divide into divisions. Okay, so the divisions formed by the upper, middle and the lower trunks are ventral and dorsal division. So each trunk, that is upper trunk, middle trunk and lower trunk, divides into an ventral division and dorsal division. Ventral division is also known as an anterior division and dorsal division is also known as an posterior division. Okay, these divisions, they further combine again to form cords of the brachial plexus. Now, these divisions which we discuss, they are present behind the clavicle. That is why they are known as retroclavicular. Okay, so till now, the roots of the brachial plexus, they were continuing and joining to form the trunks of the brachial plexus, which were dividing to form divisions of the brachial plexus. Okay. Now, the trunks which we discuss, that is upper, middle and the lower trunks. Out of these, the upper trunk gives two branches. The first one is suprascapular branch and the second one is nerve to subclavius. The suprascapular supplies the supraspinatus and infraspinatus muscles in our body, and the nerve to subclavius supplies the subclavius muscle. Subclavius is an pectoral muscle, remember. Now, the root value for these two nerves, that is supraclavicular and nerve to subclavius, is C5 and C6 because they arise from the upper trunk and upper trunk arises from the C5 and C6. Now, coming to cords which we discussed earlier. So, the trunks divide into divisions and these divisions combine to form cords of the brachial plexus. These cords are formed as follows. So the first one is the lateral cord of the brachial plexus. The lateral cord of the brachial plexus is formed by joining the ventral division of upper and middle trunk of the brachial plexus. Remember, the medial cord is formed as continuation of ventral division of lower trunk of the brachial plexus. And the third cord, which is posterior cord, it is formed by joining the posterior or dorsal divisions of the upper, middle and the lower trunks of the brachial plexus. Okay. Now in the diagram you can see the blue color represents the lateral cord, the yellow color represents the posterior cord and the green color represents the medial cord. Now coming to the importance of these cords. So these cords of the brachial plexus which are formed from the divisions, these cords, they give the nerve supply to the muscles of the arm and the forearm. So basically they form the innervation of the forearm of our body. They are very important. So let us see what are the different branches given by these cord. The first cord, that is lateral cord, it is known as lateral cord because it is present lateral to the axillary artery in the upper arm of our body. Okay. This cord, that is lateral cord, gives following three branches. The first one is lateral pectoral nerve, the second one is musculocutaneous nerve, the third one is lateral root of median nerve. The first branch, that is lateral pectoral nerve, formed by the lateral cord of the brachial plexus, supplies the two muscles of our body, both of which are very important. The first one is pectoralis major and the second one is pectoralis minor. Both of these are the pectoral muscles of our body, which are supplied by lateral pectoral nerve from the lateral cord of brachial plexus. The root value for lateral pectoral nerve is C5, C6 and C7. Now coming to the second nerve, that is musculocutaneous nerve. The musculocutaneous nerve arises from the lateral cord of the brachial plexus and it supplies the three important muscles of our upper arm, brachialis, coracobrachialis and biceps brachii. The root value for the musculocutaneous nerve is also C5, C6 and C7. Now coming to the third nerve, that is lateral root of median nerve. It is nothing but the lateral part of the median nerve. It combines with the medial part, then this lateral part and medial part combine to form the median nerve. Okay. Now coming to the branches given by the medial cord. Medial cord gives four branches: medial pectoral nerve, medial cutaneous nerve of arm, medial cutaneous nerve of forearm and the ulnar nerve. Okay. The first nerve, that is medial pectoral nerve, arises from the medial cord of the brachial plexus. This nerve also supplies the pectoralis major and pectoralis minor of our pectoral region. The root value for this nerve is C8 and T1. Okay, the second branch of the medial cord is medial cutaneous nerve of arm. It gives cutaneous innervation to a small sensory area in our arm. The root value for this nerve is also C8 and T1. The third branch of the medial cord is medial cutaneous nerve of forearm. This nerve also is sensory in function and it gives cutaneous innervation to the small area in our forearm. The root value for this nerve is also C8 and T1. The fourth branch of the medial cord is a very important branch. It is the ulnar nerve. This nerve supplies 1.5 muscles present in the front of our forearm and 15 intrinsic muscles of our hand. The root value for the ulnar nerve is C8, C7 and T1. Remember, the ulnar nerve receives a branch from the C7 root and then combines, and then therefore the root value for the ulnar nerve comes out to be C7, C8 and T1. Okay. Now, the branches of the posterior cord. The branches of the posterior cord of the brachial plexus are as follows. The first one, upper subscapular nerve. Second one, nerve to latissimus dorsi. Third one, lower subscapular nerve. Fourth one, axillary nerve. And fifth one, radial nerve. All of these are very important nerves which are providing nervous innervation to our forearm and arm. Okay. So let us see the nerves. The first nerve is upper subscapular. It is similar to the lower subscapular. Both upper subscapular and lower subscapular, these supply the subscapularis muscle. The lower subscapular also gives innervation to the teres minor muscle. The root value for the teres major muscle. The root value for upper and lower subscapular nerves is C5 and C6. Now the third nerve is nerve to latissimus dorsi or thoracodorsal nerve. This nerve, as the name indicates, supplies the latissimus dorsi muscle. The root value of it is C6 and C8. The third nerve is axillary nerve, which is also known as circumflex scapular nerve. Okay, or circumflex nerve. This nerve supplies deltoid muscle and teres minor muscle. The root value for the axillary nerve was C5 and C6. Now the fourth nerve is radial nerve. It supplies the 12 muscles on the back of our forearm and the triceps brachii muscle. Remember, the radial nerve is the thickest branch of the brachial